What can I? There we go. Okay.
Hey
There we go.
guys.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Good. Is everything, do I have sound and everything?
Yeah, you
Okay.
Yes,
sound great.
All
absolutely.
right. Fantastic. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Oh, good, good. Excited to be talking to everyone.
We're excited to talk to you.
Yay! Yeah, this is fun. I actually am also sitting here. I broke my knee, so I have to just stay in this little chair here.
Oh,
Oh, I'm so
honey.
sorry.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're like, oh my God, this is not happening. When I was going down, I was like, no, no, no. And then I went down and I was like, oh, this is going to be forever. So,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry. I sympathize. I am very clumsy. And not last Friday, but the Friday before, I was walking out of a door and caught my foot on the mat and ended up yeeting myself down the steps and
No.
Oh
landed on
no,
my ankle. So I'm still walking with a limp. I don't know if it's broken or not because
you need
I'm
to go check and see if that's broken because that sounds like it's broken.
yeah, and now like my whole foot's starting to hurt, not
Oh
just like the
no,
side
no,
of
no,
my
no.
ankle.
You have at least got a hairline fracture. You have got to
Yeah.
go figure that out.
I'm so accident prone though.
I just
That
call it
does
her
sound like such a classic accident moment.
Yeah.
Really.
just call it her unintentional pimp walk. It's fine.
Well, and I was on the phone with my daughter too, and she was like, "Mom, did you just fall again?" And I was like, "Maybe."
It's funny because I have one daughter who's very slick, very cool. I don't think she'll ever trip and fall in her life. And if she does, she'll get up and be like, it's your fault, right? You're like, wait, I wasn't even near you. Like, how could it be my fault? I have one daughter who is like my carbon copy. And she called me the other day from college and she's like, Ma, and she told me a story similar to like tripping and falling down the stairs. She's like, why am I like you? Like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
She's like, why do I get your genes? And the worst thing is she's adopted. Like, she doesn't even have my genes. She just acts like me.
Christina, how many times have you been on the phone with me and you've heard me fall up the stairs?
A lot.
Many times.
Yeah, yeah. We're like we're the balance challenge twins. It's fine.
Oh,
we
yeah.
have disagreements with gravity.
It's better to hobble with three, right? Like, can I
Yeah,
join?
yeah, absolutely.
See?
So here's the fun thing. So I fractured my knee. I slipped on ice. I was putting ice in the ice tray and, I slipped on ice and because I didn't know I had sloshed it out of the tray and I literally went down. And, I'm not a small woman. And so, I put all me on that knee and I didn't just fracture my knee. I had to have a plate and a pin. And now I actually also have the ligaments reconstructed. So like, yeah,
You did a
I'm like,
doozy.
I don't do things small. Like I go in
No.
hard. Like,
Mhm.
it's like, I'm gonna be in this. And you do know, I'm sure you do because you guys are accident prone, what it's like not to have the use of your leg and like just horrible things that you have to do that are just horrible. Like I'll just use one word, commode. That is the
Yes.
word. And it's like, why? Why am I at my age having to deal with this? So anyway, that,
Right.
those are the things that suck. But, what can you do? It's like you smile through it. And what was really great and what was funny when I was in the hospital was that like I'm still working. I have a deadline to finish the second book in the series. And so everyone's like, you really should go to bed. And I'm like, no, I am on a deadline. Like this is the perfect workspace. I get fed. Y'all are coming in here and like making sure that I am catered to. This is the perfect office.
Yup. No, I completely agree.
Just don't tell me to go to bed.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's why I'm going to be just sitting here talking to y'all.
Well, I hope you heal quickly.
Me too.
I have found that as I'm getting older, the healing does not come as quickly as it used to.
So many interesting, like when we're younger and we're growing up, like I think there are just so many mountains we climb. But like I think when you're older, it's the little rocks that you stumble on that makes you take stock of your life. And like these lessons are, I don't know. The first thing that comes into my mind is like Zen guru, like, oh, you are now have to sit with yourself and think of all of the things. You cannot use the toilet anymore. You use a commode and now you will face your life. It's like, It's like, why? Because life is about facing the small things and being okay, forging,
Mhm.
forging forward in life, Yeah. Like, these little simple graces that we have to learn to like live by,
Mhm. No, I completely agree.
Yeah,
So,
100%.
there's the zen of using a commode. Like, yeah, it's just the idea that you have to like face these things. Like you're here at this sort of mountaintop, and then you're like, you know what? Life's still gonna throw some shit at you, and you need to
Mhm.
just kind of like accept that what we thought life would look like ain't ever gonna happen. Like, just not.
Yep.
Even if it does, it still doesn't really have that same ring as we thought we would when we were little. So
Right.
now it's just enjoying what you see. It's like, okay, I get this challenge. Woohoo.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's made it, all the other things get cut out of my life, and I'm just working because that's what I can do without moving my knee.
That is completely fair. Completely fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was laid up in bed. I was like doing a whole bunch of stuff for the Book Talk Babes, and Shay's like, "Why are you not resting?" I was like, "Because if I rest for another 5 minutes, I might go insane."
Okay.
Oh no, you could definitely scratch your own brain out.
Yeah.
I know that for sure.
But the thing about this is I was at work, like doing my full-time job, and my phone's going ba-ding, 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 ba-ding,
Oh,
ba-ding,
okay.
ba-ding,
All right.
ba-ding, and
We had
I'm
to
like,
collab.
okay, that's. Are you good?
And I'm just like, I'm so bored.
Bad.
Rescue
Bad.
me.
But yeah, it's part of life when, gravity is not your friend.
No.
Yeah. All right. Well, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We are absolutely thrilled to have you.
You guys are awesome.
So first and foremost, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Let's see. I am, where do I begin? I have been writing, ghostwriting for other people for like best-selling books for almost 25 years. And there's no big people that be like, oh, you're them. It's not, I don't have anything that exciting to share. But then I've been writing for other people for a really long time. And so I decided that I would write for myself now. And I've put everything else aside and living on my savings and deciding to put that best-selling energy into my own work. I write Christmas rom-coms as well. So I have a couple cheesy like rom-coms on TV with a bunch of other people. Like, oh, you do that as well, Christina? You write rom-coms?
He's obsessed with like anything
obsessed.
Christmas
Okay.
related.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
I'm
oh, look at
a
that.
Christmas fanatic. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So you may or may not have seen. And honestly, just when it goes to there's 4 writers on, I think, all of them. I wrote with a writing partner, and then they give it to their staff writers, but we got paid. And then so the actual movie that comes out isn't anything near what I wrote, but it's Hollywood, and that's to be expected. Most writers in Hollywood know that you're going to be rewritten until you finally get the glory of your own words. And I used to work on the other side of it. I used to be a development executive at Showtime, so I do know what that process looks like. And it's a lot of people with a lot of people who are fancy people wanting to be like, I wrote that sentence, and I get it, right? Like I get Hollywood, all the little like kings and queens. So I write those, but they're not necessarily my pride and joy because they don't really look like me. Except for I do have one now that's going out again to a production company, and we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm an adoptive mother. I've got 2 girls that I adopted through foster care from birth. They're both amazing human beings who I love with all of my heart. And then I'm going to adopt again. So, because I'm close to being an empty nester. I have one in college and one in like junior and high school. And I'm like, you know what? This is just too much. Fun necessarily wouldn't be the word I'd use because traumatized kids are a little bit of work, but this is too amazing to just give up, because I live in Los Angeles, and there are 30,000 children who need homes in Los Angeles, and people are always like afraid of these kids, and I'm like, no, you can't be afraid of these. There's nothing to fear. These children are beautiful. They need love. Hallmark movies are about finding all that love, right? And you got to be willing to do it in your real life. So that's me that's like my daily life. I raise kids and write books. I always tell people I do have a person that I love in my life, but we're never going to get married, which is totally good with me. I don't want that, you know? And so these books that I've written, Blood in Heaven and Seraphina's Blood and Wings and Deception, which I'm writing right now or finishing, all of them are kind of a way for me to test the marketplace and also tell a story that I don't think often gets told through fantasy or any other place, which is this MMF, like, I'm not necessarily a big poly girl, but my partner is gay and he's had male relationships, but then we still love one another. And we've been together for 30 years. So like, it's been a long time and we didn't really have any stories. Like there was nothing like in our community, we couldn't really define what we were. Because everyone's like, oh, he's just gay and you're his beard or his fag hag or his fruit fly or whatever the words are that they used.
Right.
And this is like a long time ago when we were both modeling and doing things. And I was like, you know, that's just so hard on, you know, for him, it's fine because he's got a place, right? But for me, I'm like, ugh, there's no place for me. Like, and then and how many times I had broken up, you know, like, that's it, I'm gone, you know, because I'm a tough woman, I'm strong and independent. I don't need this shit, you know? And then I walk away and then all of a sudden we're like, oh, man, love you. You know, he's like, it's terrible, right? So I decided to write this story in a small niche sort of space to kind of test out how to really tell a story that will just seize you, just take you by storm, right? And then I have a second romantasy that's a little bit more mainstream that the production company I write Christmas movies with is looking to create a television series around, but I need to write a bestseller. So that's the next series and it's already written. I'm just rewriting it. That's coming out. And that one's a little bit more mainstream. And that one is going to be like, you know, a little bit higher mark I'm trying to reach with that one. So yeah, that's kind of me. I've always been a writer. I was a development executive at Showtime for a while. And then I was Snow White at Disneyland when I was a little kid, like when I was 17 or 18.
That's so exciting.
Yeah. So I've had an interesting life. I've had some tragedies in my life too. Like we're all adoptive parents. My whole family adopted, including my mom was a foster adopt. No, she didn't adopt. She was a foster mom, but she was murdered by a birth parent of one of her kids. And so we've got some really dark tragedy too. And so writing has also helped me to, you know, kind of work through that and put trauma and sadness in a place where I can control it, right? Where I get an opportunity to make it my own. So yeah, that's just a little bit of like, you know, my kids are Black. That's the other thing. I'm a transracial adoptive parent and there's a lot to say about that too in the world, but, they're good. We have spent a lot of time making sure that they get to know Black culture and that they feel comfortable in their own skin and hair and all the things. Like, I think my kids are good. So, yeah, that's me.
That is amazing. Well, love looks different for everyone, in my personal opinion. And when it comes to raising kids, I'm a mom of 8. Love's the most important part.
Yeah.
Truly. Like, everything else, you can kind of wing it, but love, you have to love fully and completely. And if you do that, you're doing it right. So
Yeah.
I give you all the props in the world.
Thank you. Yeah. 8 kids. Oh my gosh. Wow. What is their spread? Like their age spread?
My oldest is 23.
Okay.
And the baby is 8.
Ooh, okay. You're going to kind of be like me. My oldest is 20, and I think we're adopting a 5-year-old. I think she's going to be 5. So yeah,
Aww. Well,
big spread.
It is. It is, but it's fun. Like, I've got a 23-year-old, a 22-year-old, and then identical twin 20-year-olds. And then I have my younger 4. I've got my 15-year-old, my 14-year-old, my 11-year-old, and my 8-year-old. And it's just, parenting kind of comes in seasons. And it's an ever-evolving thing. Like, you learn new things, new techniques, all that kind of stuff. And I really have to give it to my kids. They're amazing kids, and they've made parenting one of the greatest joys of my life.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I hear that.
But I think it's amazing that you are writing these stories, because there have to be other people that have similar stories that can't find.
Yeah,
And
you don't have anybody who has a love that looks like yours. Plus, it's fun. And not only, you don't have to have a love that looks like mine. necessarily to read Blood in Heaven, and Serafina's blood is straight, whatever. It's a beautiful story. It's just really tragic. It's funny, it's tragic, but then no one knows what this next book is about. So like, I also wanted to play with life and death. I wanted to play with the idea of when someone dies, are they truly dead? What survives? Like I also wanted to play with God and religion a little bit, which is kind of messy for some people, but I think if you took a deep dive into religion, you'd see that, yeah, you could be improved, like
Right.
it can, especially for women, it can, why don't we play around with it a little bit? It's not necessarily meant to make anyone feel bad. I come from a place of love and I have a deep spirituality. I don't know if it's definitely not Christianity for the reasons that I don't think it's that great to women. I don't think women get a really great role in Christianity. We're either whores or harlots or virgins. We don't really get to be powerful people, and I know that can be altered and changed, and we're in modern life, and God is very expansive in its definition, and I understand all of that. So this book also looks at those things, like what is the dynamic of power, and what is evil to one person, and what is good to another? Can someone who is wholly good actually end up being evil accidentally? Like there's so much in this story that isn't just about three people falling in love with one another. It's about an evil person, a good person, and one who's mixed, trying to like make the world a better place in their own haphazard way. So, and it's epic and sprawling, and there's trials and war and all love and lots of things, which is so, as indulgent, it's so fun to write. And it's also difficult. Like it's really fun for me to write. And then I send it out to my editor, who's like maybe completely opposite to me, except for we both just love fantasy so much. And she'll just come back and she'll be like, no. I'm like, hey, it's good. It's got a dragon. Come on. Like.
You sound like me. It's got a dragon.
I'm like, it's got a dragon and he's got a big D. Let's do this. Come on. What are you talking about?
There's a dragon, big D.
What is not to like here, lady? Take into, and then she'll
just be friends. We can totally be friends.
We are friends. Let's do this. We are. She's like, and then she'll literally, I'm like, I'm paying you, right? With this ugly face. I'm paying you. You take what I tell you. No. And she will literally come back, and she's so ballsy. She's like, nope. And she'll just go through, and then we'll fight, and then we'll come to like this happy medium ground and get this thing that's like 100,000% more perfect, right? So writing is fun, and being indulgent and writing these stories, you're like, hey, it's gonna be a dragon because I like dragons. There he is, right there. And it's not even at all like Fourth Ring in any way. The dragon's completely different. And and then my editor is like, I like the dragon. We're not losing the dragon, but here's how we're doing this. And, so writing then becomes no fun at all. It becomes like a mental torture where you're like, I'm not worthy. I should stop. I'm 57 years old and I need to go work for DoorDash because forget it. I can't do this. It's like,
Yeah.
Everyone talks about imposter syndrome. I'm like, oh no, it's fine. I'm going to market all my books. I feel nothing. I'm totally not an imposter. I've done this my whole life, and I'm an adult. And then you come to it, and you're like, ah. So yeah, it's a mental gymnasium, really.
Oh, I love it so much. Oh my god.
So yeah, be a writer. I highly recommend.
I live vicariously through my writing. Like things that I would never normally do, I'm like, let's do it in a book.
Come on.
Yeah, it's like, let's live it up.
I'm going to do this. Magic. I love magic. Poof, it's all there. And then my editor will be like, no, you can't poof. Nobody poofs. Poofing isn't a thing. I'm like, it is a thing. You can poof. It's magic. And she's like, rules, baby, rules.
I'm making up my own magical rules.
I'm the writer. I'm good.
There are so many things that I've heard from Christina's writing that I'm also just like, okay, I don't think I could ever see you doing that. And she's like, you leave me alone.
Oh, yeah. So, Christina, you might attest, you might feel this. I don't know. So there's spicy stuff in my books, and there's spicy stuff between men in this particular book that I've written, right? Like, okay, right? It's fun. Mm-hmm. Boy sex is fun, right? especially if you're there, like if they're including you in. Hello. Okay. So I write this spicy book and it's very loving and dark and painful and whatever. I get a text from my 84-year-old aunt. Okay. And she's like, well, I have some questions about blood in heaven. I'm like, no, you don't. What do you mean? What do you mean you have questions? What kind of question? You didn't read it, did you? You mean about the synopsis? Did I misspell a word? Tell me, please, that I misspelled a word, please. And she's like, well, I read the whole thing. And I'm like, no, you didn't.
Oh, yeah. So my mom's an editor.
Okay.
And she was like, I'll edit your books for you. I was like, no, you won't. No, you will not. You absolutely will not.
Oh my God. And then I'll have friends be like, I just finished your book. And I'm like, why? I try really hard to separate my friends. Like with my TikTok world, I'm completely different than anyone I am on like Facebook or whatever, because I really don't know if I want my friends reading this. Or I actually do. Some of them, of course, I do. I stand by my work. But there are times when you're like sitting and looking at them and you're like, you have read everything I've written, especially when it's like the adult friends of my daughter. That's when things get a little dicier, you know? But yeah. But, you know, you put the words out there into the world, right? And so that's it.
And I just thought, as being a book content creator, my friends and family finding my page was a lot to handle, because like I've gotten text messages like from my aunt and uncle being like, what is that book about? I'm like, don't do it.
Yeah. Absolutely nothing. You wouldn't like it at all.
But now to hear it from a writer like standpoint, I'm like, oh, never. I'm golden over here.
Yeah.
And
no,
see,
there are times when I'll wake up, and I honestly I don't think anything in Blood in Heaven or Wings of Deception is that bad. Like I haven't written like, I don't know, I didn't write like Credence or something. I didn't write anything that was like super weird and strange. But every once in a while I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, oh my God, my brain is out there. And I'm like, what if people just think I'm crazy and they don't like me? And luckily the books have gotten really good responses. Like people have been really supportive and, you know, really, and if you don't like the story, great. I mean, everybody has a right, but for the most part, people do. So I'm like, okay. But then, yeah, it does scare me sometimes when I wake up there and I'm like, I just opened a vein and I sent it out to the world, to people I don't know. And oh my God, they're going to know that that I'm weird. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, I just outed myself. Oops. Like I shouldn't have done that, you know?
Right. No. Yeah. Well, and like I'm in this like weird little bubble. So all of my worlds intersect. Like my son was literally just in here watching a second ago.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So, and like I posted a spicy TikTok last month and my girls were like, Mom, is that you? Yeah. It's okay. You look hot. I'm like, thanks.
Oh, thanks, baby. Thanks.
I'm like, thanks.
At least your kids care. My kid, I have one kid in film school and she's in film school. That pretty much just says the whole thing. She's, you know what I'm saying? She's a film school kid. They're making movies. They're too cool for their own lives, you know? And then I have another kid who's a teenager in high school. Like, again, sort of says its own thing. So I can't get my kids to care at all. Like, they don't give a shit. We were like, hey, everyone, we're going to go have a screening party to go see Mommy's movie. You know, I made a movie. Everyone's like, oh, Mom, I really would rather go to this Christmas party that my friend is hosting. I'm like, you know, Mommy wrote a movie. It's on TV. You know, like.
I need that list, by the way.
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It's only 2 books and then 2 movies. And then the third one's, who knows when the third one will come out.
That's great. I need all of them.
I will send them to you.
We could do a screening party in the Discord.
Oh my God. You know what? We could. And you know what's funny about it is we need to like have something funny. Like every time something stupid happens, we'll have to drink or get a candy cane or something. You know,
yes, I'm here for
yes,
it.
it's a date.
We have to make fun of it because if we took it seriously, it's going to be the most boring night. I guarantee you.
I think it sounds like a blast.
That's what we do in our screenings is we make it horrible. Like we make it so that everybody's making fun of you because it's horrible. It's like, is that the same sweater? You know, that same nasty nappy brown sweater? Did she wear it in 3 seams? You know, who drinks hot chocolate like that? Who puts lime in their hot chocolate? I think there's one where it has like green foam in the hot chocolate with like a big kiwi. It's a kiwi on top. And I'm like, what production? Because I also was in film school. I'm like, what production assistant put a freaking kiwi on the top of a hot chocolate?
I don't know.
Like, and what human being on earth
I love
drinks
this
a frothy hot
cocoa.
And this is a man's hot chocolate. And he's like the RMMC. And he's got like this piled up whipped cream with a kiwi and a candy cane. And I'm like, what guy drinks that? Like, what guy with a freaking flannel shirt drinks that hot chocolate and does it with pride?
Right.
No,
now, like,
nobody.
Chili powder. Yeah, chili powder or hot sauce. I could see that.
Yeah. But a kiwi and a candy cane? Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, and we would have to make fun of it. It would have to be just us taking, shots at it. Because, yeah. They were also 2022.
Drink when the kiwi comes on screen.
Yeah, we need to have a list. When you see this, you do this. When you see this, you do this.
Exactly. So that we're all just drunk and happy at the end.
Yes.
I love that. I love that idea.
Go for it, always.
But then also the other thing is when I had my meeting with the production company, they're like, oh, you're so good at romance. You know how to make romance work, And then I was like, well, I'm really not used to this kind of romance where they kiss at the end because I'm used to like them having an oops baby in the first chapter.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like I'm like, I feel like the whore who came to Christmas dinner, it's like y'all are like, oh, we're just, gonna do it for the GAC Family Channel. And I'm like, have you guys read anything I've written? Like, come on now.
Yeah.
You're just like, they're boinking in the first chapter. What are you talking about here? Like,
I mean, as they should be.
Exactly. I'm here for the accidental babies sometimes. I'm just like, let's go for it.
I mean, a loving, lasting relationship can come out of that grounding factor. You have a baby and then that's it. You're tied to that guy forever. But yeah, I not necessarily my favorite trope to write, but I was ghostwriting. So I was writing for other people and they're, okay, there's going to be commotion just for a second because a dog is coming through. Indy, honey, can you just take him outside, Lovey? Okay. All right.
Camilla just told me it's fucking Nick.
Okay. Please. We're on live at TikTok. Okay. Thanks, honey.
Woohoo! I mean, if you need to mute and take care of big feelings real quick, I completely understand.
Are you good, honey?
Yeah, why? What did they say?
Nothing. Nobody's saying anything. It's all good. Nobody said anything about you. We're all good. Everything's fine.
It's just a mommy saying that if you need to go mom, it's totally fine.
Yeah,
I get it.
That's just them saying if I need to go be a mom. But are you okay? You gonna just take River out? Okay. Anyway, let's go back to it.
Okay.
I mean, like drama during the.
No, it's hey, life with kids is unpredictable.
Well, you have 8 kids, so it's not
I completely understand.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely made sure that I was like, hey, but I'm stuck in the living room. Otherwise, I'd be in my office doing this.
Right.
But unfortunately, I can't go back upstairs.
Totally fine. Totally fine. Yeah, we're pretty flexible here. Like kids come first.
Yeah.
Always.
That's good. Anyway. Yeah. So yeah, those are that. Yeah, that's all the fun that we'll have to do one day is just go and see those little Christmas movies and laugh about them. And yeah,
that will be a blast. I can't wait. Did I send you the invite to our Court of Dis?
Oh, no, I don't believe. Maybe you did, but in me and my meanness, probably didn't get it. So if you could send me again, would that be okay? Because I would love to be a part of that. Absolutely,
yes, absolutely.
I would love to get to know you guys more and hang out more and be a secret little fan. That would be so fun.
We have a lot of fun in our Court of Dis. Like Shay posts a daily question. I usually do like a good morning message where I remind everybody to do all the things and take care of themselves. And we jump into the VC a lot and just hang out and goof off and have fun. So
it sounds amazing. Sounds really cool.
We post all of our Feral Fridays.
I love it. Feral. I like anything with the word feral. Like I loved your name, Feral Fairy Tales. I want to write one. I want to write a feral fairy tale. I want to even now I want to
be epic.
It makes my heart happy. I'm like, what can I write that's like so unhinged and like a retelling? I would be so great fun.
I love fairy tale retellings, obviously from my name. It's actually why I started back, because I got into Katie Roberts like Disney slutty retellings. And so I was like, uh it's a part of me now. So
Hmm.
anytime I hear an author that's just like, oh, by the way, I did a retelling, I'm like, yoink, thank you. So I'm here for it.
Yeah, I love retellings. Like I mean, it's one because the story structure is there, but again, there's all stories have been told over and over again, but there's something about that comfort of just, you don't know the story, but you have a familiarity with it, and working with
Hmm.
these ideas of these characters that are kind of paradigms. It's fun to work with. Um, like Syrup in His Blood is kind of a Romeo and Juliet retelling in that it's tragic and it's two sides that should never get along, but I haven't ever done a really true like retelling. So it's something that I'd love to like hold on the back burner, but like totally switch it up, do it something completely different with it. Like I never knew that West Side Story was actually a Romeo and Juliet retelling. And like, what a beautiful way to tell that story, right? Through like, and at the time was a modern lens. It spoke very much to class struggle and where people were in New York. And yeah, I mean, I'd love to be able to do something epic like that,
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, because that I love West Side Story.
Right?
I love the music. I love the emotion. I love the
Yeah.
culture.
Oh yes.
I'm a
Yeah.
goofball. It's fine.
I'm with you. Goofball away. Goofballs
Yeah.
unite.
Girl, we're both music nerds. Like it happens.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, come on. Phantom of the Opera, please, the best enemies to lovers ever written in music.
Yes.
You
Yep.
know, the tragic
like
broken beast.
you cannot watch the movie or listen to the music without screeching along with it. Like
Of course.
it's just not possible. You have to. It's like it's an unspoken rule. It just you have to.
Who doesn't dance Masquerade through their living room? Please, come on.
Me. I sang it in high school, so I'm like, I know the words to this.
And it's hard.
It is. It is. It is very fast paced. Yeah.
I love
So, when did you decide I want to become an author?
That's such a weird thing. Like, I have always written. I think writing was my way of sort of escaping. I think a lot of people decide that. And when I was in the 4th grade, my teacher came up to me and was like, "Hey, you really are talented. You're really creative." And I was like, "Oh, thanks," and that kind of gave me my boost in 4th grade. And here's a funny story. So I wrote a story and my teacher really encouraged me. It was called How to Keep a Shmoo. And it was about this kind of neglected girl who didn't have a lot of friends and who felt very alone, who found a shmoo, which is like a little ghost being, in a trash can. And like his whole family was living in this trash can. And he was really down and out, this little shmoo. And I drew all these pictures. And so she put him in here, and she put the whole family in the backpack, including Grandma Shmoo. And they sort of made a life in her backpack. Then she made a whole house in her closet. And then like slowly this little shmoo family started to help her face her life. And she finally at the end of the book makes a friend, and it's called How to Keep a Shmoo. And so my teacher sent it into this like children's writing competition from the fair, Orange County Fair. And like, I didn't think anything of it. She just told me she did it. And then my mom got a call from the library, our local library. And she's like, are you and your daughter ever going to pick up your trophy and this book? I mean, we have been showcasing it for a year. She's the children's author of the year. And nobody even came to collect the trophy. Nobody was at the ceremony. I was like, nobody told me I won. And I had not just won, but I won like the big prize, like the huge grand prize. And nobody called me because I think it was because my teacher who had submitted it maybe. And I was a year later in school. So I was in 5th grade. I don't really know what happened, but why no one told me I had won. So I went down to the library and I picked up. So I was like, I won this story. I felt that for me as a 4th grader, that was such a big deal, right? I was like, I'm a winner. And then I went to UCLA in film school and I decided I want to be an actor instead, right? So I wanted to be famous. And I was like not famous. I was in a couple of commercials and I was in like a tiny little role in a little couple of series and, did a little bit of modeling. And just like every other cute, boppy little girl in Hollywood, we just did okay, right? Not great. And so then I realized when I was a development executive, I worked my way up from receptionist to the head of the story department at Showtime. I'm like, you know what? I'm a writer. I'm a filmmaker. I'm not an actor, but I'm glad I've acted. I'm not an executive, but I'm glad I've been in the business part of this world. I am a writer, and that's what I do. And so I gave myself the permission just to write. And I had to raise kids, so I was a ghostwriter to make money, and that kind of lasted too long. And so now I'm like, no, I gotta catch this dream before whenever, right? I'm gonna put my whole heart into this. I've got some money saved up. It is hard though. The marketing is hard. Like, I think my books are there. I think my books are definitely worthy of success. But that marketing piece, man, getting it out there and getting people to read it, those are the hardest parts. But I'm in it now. And so that's how I became a writer. I think I've always been a writer, but I needed some encouragement along the way. Now that I've had it, I'm going to do this till the last day. I will literally be writing on my deathbed because that's it. I write and raise kids. Those are my things, So yeah, that's how I became a writer, and I will write despite all.
I love that so much. That is absolutely epic. And
The thing is that people, you have to keep going. I think if you give up, then you're done. Then you guarantee your outcome. Until then, stay delusional,
Stay in Delulu land.
Right?
I absolutely love that.
It's a fun place. There's a lot of friends there.
Do you have a preferred writing process?
Ugh, this is embarrassing. No, I just have a computer. I write on my lap. I write in the car. I literally just carry my computer wherever I am. And as far as the process go, yes, in a way, I do write a rough outline. I do kind of like structure out the story, and then I write, and then my characters take over the scene. Sometimes we riot because I don't like the direction they're taking or whatever, but I literally just free flow writing. And there are times when the writing comes out and the words are so beautiful. I'm like, oh, those are not mine. In fact, I've gone through and reread my notes I'm like, did my editor go back in and rewrite this without me knowing? I'll be like, Dawn, did you go in and rewrite this chapter? She's like, no, that's all you. So I'm like, I didn't write that, obviously. Like some divine creature did. And then there are times when I'm like, if I say I was one more time, I am absolutely going to lose my mind. Every single book I write, there is some kind of cadence or word structure that I will use to death. And it just comes in and I can't rewrite it. And my fixes are all the same. I'm like, I am the most redundant, boring, predictable writer ever known to man. You know what I'm saying? So I will write an outline, but that outline doesn't do a lot for me. It's my internal struggle between the characters and the sentence structure and the cadence of the work that takes over. So some days it's fun, and some days I have literally, especially like with this book, I have literally faced such emotional craziness, just because I think I'm taking on a lot, or I want to take on a lot. I want the journey to be heart-wrenching. And I think when you really raise the bar like that, you have to wrench your own heart, right? And that's a lot. Christina, I'm sure there are days when you just aren't even able to face your own work. The work is bigger than you are, It was funny because my editor works with another writer as well, a couple of other writers. And I'm just checking to see I hope they're not here. Please don't be here. No, they're different. She writes different. Her it's fun vacation read. And my editor is like, I love writing. I love editing the other person's work. She's like, but it's completely different. It's like being in a world where there's so much depth and emotional turmoil and emotional thought to a world where you're just going to go and read it on the beach. She's like, these worlds that you create, bring you, thank you, Nikki. I just saw that Nikki said the books were great. I work really hard at that. I guess what I'm not touting myself. I'm not going off and saying I'm that great. I think that my biggest struggle is that I have so much more to learn. I have so much more to grow. And that kind of that's daunting too, because I want to be the very best at what I am. And then sometimes I'm not, and I have to step away from the book and come back and be like, okay, I can be better tomorrow, But yeah, I'm always striving to be at the very best. And, I'm closer. Right. I really went in hard on that writing process. Yeah. I carry a computer and mental health struggles to write a book.
That's fair. So I've not actually published a book yet, but I'm writing multiple, and my process is more like uncoordinated squirrel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, it's also you writing a book within a book doesn't help. Man.
Yeah, I am doing
Yeah.
that.
I can't wait to read your books. I read Nikki, who's in here too, has also wrote a book that I read that is really good. And it's like, I guess that squirrel, that habit trail, that like wheel that you're on. I think part of my writing process too, or my advice to writers, is that you need to give yourself grace. Let the squirrel run itself to death until it's finally exhausted and it's just laying in a heap. And then quietly tiptoe around the squirrel and be like, okay, let's see what you did here.
Yeah, because like if I don't have my laptop with me, I'm writing in my notes in my phone. And then I have to try to like figure out which book the notes are supposed to go to, and then where exactly those go. And sometimes it's completely different directions. So then I have to go back to the story and like rewrite a part in order to get it to fit in. And I was like, alrighty then. Like eventually it'll get done.
It still works though. My biggest advice to anyone writing is to just write to the end. Just get to the end. Even if it sucks, just get to that last page, because then you're there. Now you can go back and you can love it. It's like you can write the symphony now. You know the notes. You can go in and layer all that. You can put in the brass and the cello and the strings and the flute. You can go and like start dancing in it. And like, so no matter how chaotically and like cat scratch it got there, it's there. And then you go back and like you put on your mom hat and you be like, all right, children, let's see what you've done.
In order
that
now,
makes
please.
complete sense. It really does.
And then if you can't get control of your children, hire Dawn to come in and slap your ass so hard you can't sit. If you had ego, hire my editor. You will no longer ever have ego ever again. You will think nothing of yourself.
That is completely fair.
Wow.
Speaking of kids, this question is actually theirs.
Oh, my favorite.
They give me a hard time because I always have like something on my desk. Always. So their question is, do you have a favorite snack or drink for when you're writing?
Oh, confession time. Okay. In the morning, it's a handcrafted cappuccino that I make myself with like a lot of espresso and almond milk foam without milk. So it's a powerful shot. And then breakfast, whatever breakfast is. And then for the rest of the day, because I need to take care of my health, I drink water, right? Until like 7:30. Then your mama brings out some wine. I have like a glass of wine, right? Just one. My favorite little Chardonnay. And then in between, I try to eat healthy if I can. So like strawberries, blueberries, popcorn. I'm into like this popcorn fix right now, only because I'm pretty sedentary. I do try to get up and walk every couple of hours, but now with my broken knee, can't do that. But because I work so hard and my brain is so engaged in what I do, I gotta sit down a lot. So I try not to eat a lot of junk. But if I was allowed to eat junk, if my body didn't hate junk so badly, I would have like Cheetos and trail mix and cookies.
Yeah.
I would go in. If I was skinny, I'd go in.
Yeah, definitely not skinny.
Same.
But am definitely paying attention to my health. And I think that's where my ankle injury is bothering me so much. Because I was walking between 2 and 5 miles every day.
Oh, wow.
And now I'm
That's
lucky to get
great.
2 in because my ankle hurts.
Yeah, well, you probably broke it because you didn't even go check. So
I, I'm a horrible patient.
you are a horrible patient.
I
I
am
agree.
a horrible patient. Um, but I do make sure that I get 4 of these in every day. So,
Yeah, yeah, same.
yeah,
Yeah.
super important. But I am a chocoholic. I can't give it up. I cannot give up chocolate. So I
Yeah.
apologize if you hear my children.
No, you just heard mine use the N word on,
I mean, that's
TikTok
fair.
Live.
It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
Justifiably upset. Justifiably upset.
I mean, it's also high school. That's her best
Right.
friend. And she was, you know, I don't, it's like to high school people who are black, when they use the N word with the hard R, it's only for them. And her
Mm-hmm.
friend is Latina. So, she was like, she's not allowed. It was more an incensed moment. Like, she took my
Right.
badge, not necessarily that she was saying something slurring to her, because, you
Right.
know, kids slur each other all day long because that they think it's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. They do until they get to be fully grown big people and they realize,
Oops.
oh, we get in trouble for that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yep. I completely understand.
Yeah.
Um, so do you have certain songs or a certain playlist that you
I
like to
do.
use
I
in
have
writing?
playlists
Thank
on
you.
Spotify. And yeah, songs are very much a part of my writing process. Absolutely. And I try to dig around trying to find them, or I'll have one in my head that will stick with the characters and they bring me the emotion to the point where I'm just sitting there bawling. Like in Wings and Deception, which I'm writing now, there's a chapter that is just so hard to write. It has to be there. I think it's going to be an epic chapter in the story. But if I put that with music, I'm effed. I'm literally just sitting there in tears. The same with the end of Seraphina's Blood. I have yet to read that without and there's music that goes to that too. And I've yet to read it without losing myself, my shit. So, I do use music. Music is a huge part of it. I make my playlist available for people to, use it. I don't put it in the books. And my reason for that is I think it might date the books. I think you know, maybe the music for other people will be different when the books are 10 years from now. So I just leave it as an option. I actually should put I'm thinking of putting a QR code or something where people can just kind of scan it and get to the Spotify. Cause even I sometimes change the music that's in the books, but yeah, I think it should have a playlist. And I do create characters. I know this is controversial and I don't like talking about it. When I have the money, when I have $300 or $400 to have character art created, I will. It has to be with an artist that I trust, because I've spent that money with artists and they have not gotten anywhere near what would be even usable, not even just not close to what the characters I've asked for are, but isn't usable. So, on TikTok, I've used AI to create the characters. And I know that is really controversial. I don't use AI to write. I don't use AI on my covers. I don't use AI for anything. But, in this one little space, I like seeing my characters. I like spending a day telling a robot how to make them look. And then when I see them, it's another inspiration for me. Granted, I could get that from an artist, but that's thousands of dollars and I don't have it. And I know that's really sad. But when they do, or for the big things, I absolutely 100% always do spend the money to use an artist and to pay an editor. And we're doing the audiobook right now and I am paying audio actors, right? It's I pay for the real life thing when it's not my little TikTok page, But yeah, I know AI is controversial. That being said, I also think AI, you can't deny that AI is here. So it doesn't replicate humanity very well. So let's stay human, right? Let's keep raising our own bars to bring the humanity into our work. And that way AI can be a tool and humans can still create art, So yeah.
Well, just as a quick side note, we do have a couple of amazing artists in the Court of Dis
Okay, good.
that are very affordable.
Okay.
So
Fantastic.
just throwing that out there, and you can
I'm
find it in
excited.
the
That's
art section.
fantastic because finding a
Yes.
pool of artists has been challenging. So I'm
Right.
looking forward to that because yes, I have really fun plans, especially for the next book, which everything will be, art driven because this one is
Mhm.
at the higher level. But yes, I'm totally going to look into that because that is exciting. And affordability is great because, ooh, that adds up fast.
It does. Well, and like the person that did our logo,
Mhm.
he is also an indie author himself, so he understands
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
cost, and he's very good at what he does.
Okay.
So,
Fantastic.
yeah,
I'm 100% down for it. Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah,
So music and visual with artists or whatever we're using to use visuals, all of those things definitely create an atmosphere around the story. And I think that's exciting to see those things start developing in 3D, you
hmm.
know?
Um, what is your favorite thing about being an author?
Um, you know, my favorite thing about being an author is I think that, well, for one, I get to go into another world because this world, in my opinion, is just a mess. It's scary. And, it's a hard place to live. So being an author means that I get to spend time in a world that might be scary and awful as well, but I made it scary and awful. It's my fear and scaries that I'm putting in there. I know how it works. I love creating characters. I love drama. I love feeling. And so those are the things I love about being an author. Being an indie author, I think is amazing because you have the power to do what you want to do. I have worked as a writer with a machine, and the writer is the least important person in the process. And I feel like that is hard, because it's our minds that made this character that you're so obsessed with that you've taken, and now you're going to have someone else work on it, or you're going to put your own spin on it. But it was from my head. I think that as an indie author, we get to keep those beautiful souls with us. I love my characters, and I get to keep them and all their flaws and all their joys and all the things that they do, they're still mine. One day, yeah, maybe when it becomes a television show, whatever. But like there was the interview with Sarah J. Maas about how she pulled her stuff away from doing the television series that she was going to do. And again, part of my heart is still in Hollywood. I have worked in that industry. I know that process very well. And whether you like or dislike Sarah J. Maas, I find it fascinating that a writer of a very popular series has had the guts to say no to Hollywood when she lost control of her project, despite how you feel about her controversy. And, people will make mistakes. I don't know. I don't know the woman. I'm on the fence about how I feel. I loved her stories, but I'm on this fence about how I feel about her as a person. But that being said, I can also see the guts it takes for a writer to fight Hollywood. And so, yeah, I think that a writer is the one that people want to trash the hardest. And it's so weird that we're the ones that bring the stories to the thing. That being said, so that is the happy side. The sad side is I'm also the only one outside of Dawn checking myself. Like I could definitely swirl in my own head and get lost in my own fantasy and forget, like, not forget the world is still there, but like maybe too lost in my own, like maybe I do need some checks and balances and people be like, hey, sort of dived off the deep end here. It's a great place to be, and it's also like no one else has been here. Like, it's also kind of like sometimes you don't want to be an explorer. You just want to be like on the sidelines. And as an independent writer, you can't really do that.
Right. Very, very true. On a more personal note, what is your favorite genre to read?
Definitely dark fantasy romance. I love what I write. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Is I'm back to me. I do love the genre that I write in.
Hmm.
So dark fantasy romance is my favorite. I think after that would be romantasy. I do like dark romance, but I find that I don't know, sometimes the themes get a little too dark for me. Like I feel like sometimes they take consent to a questionable level, and I'm all good for some devilly, throw her over your shoulder, take her to your lair kind of non-con, like that's fine. But when
Hmm.
it's like I'm going to abuse you in front of a whole audience full of people and you're going to just take it because you've got a secret dark side. I don't know how many of us want to be humiliated in front of a group, like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know how that makes me feel, like,
Hmm.
so those kinds of things get dark. But okay, so definitely dark fantasy, then romantasy, then dark romance. And then every once in a while, I will take a cutesy little rom-com just because there's a palate cleanser. I'm learning how to write those Christmas movies a little better when there isn't any evil villain involved. And yeah, and I like a little bit of thriller. I like a little bit of mystery. What I can't do is like literary fiction, or I mean, it's dry. I'm good for the classics, and Seraphina's Blood is gothic and kind of historical, but it's got those dark elements that I like. So, but yeah, that's. Did I answer your question? Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
I was trying to get to where I could unmute.
Oh, that's okay. I was like, did I do something wrong?
No, you are great. I had a pop up and I was like, go away so I can unmute.
It's okay.
Do you have a favorite book?
Do I have what?
A favorite book, and if you do, why is it your favorite?
Okay. Yeah, I will, honey. Yes. Okay. Yes, kind of. Yes. I have several favorite books. And so, my dog.
I love that you have a neck dog too.
Oh, she is. They love that I have dogs, honey. So yes, my favorite books. Okay. What are my favorite books? I really loved the Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy. I love Rena Kent's like God of Fury and some of her books. Rena Kent, I mean, again, she's good. She's good trash. I love it. Right. Like, of course, the Court of Thorns and Roses series, I was addicted. That was my first, great love. I like Melissa K. Rourke. Oh, but probably my favorite author, just as a person and her stories, is Carissa Broadbent. Her stories have kind of gone off the rails a little bit, like, The Serpent and the Wings of Night and her trilogy. Her stories sometimes go off the rails a little, like where you're like, oh, I'm definitely in a chaos spiral right now. But that being said, I kind of love her as an author. Like, I sort of get it, and I can get how things can get away from you like that. And I still love it, even though I don't necessarily think it's perfect. I still kind of love it, Oh, my interview is just going downhill all crazy right now.
It's not. It actually makes me feel more. So I have a neck puppy too. Like she will get up and she likes to get under my hair.
Oh, it's
so yeah. Like, and I've got a lot of it. So like she gets lost under here.
It's just
yeah. So it makes me feel more at home. You're good.
Oh, great, good. The whole interview just spirals into chaos. So fantastic. Yeah, so I guess those Rena Kent, Carissa Broadbent, Melissa K. Rourke, Sarah J. Maas, and Raven Kennedy. Those are my favorites.
Okay, that makes complete sense. Yeah, I agree with all of those.
Do you? I mean, like, let's talk books. Like,
yeah.
What are you guys' favorites?
So, love Dakatar. Absolutely love Dakatar. Not so much A Court of Thorns and Roses, though. I really
didn't. You didn't like the first book?
No, I didn't like A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. I had a hard time getting through the fairy scene.
It was the world building for me. There was just too much. But after that, it took off.
Right.
And I loved it.
Right.
But it was just, the first part of it seemed to drag on forever. It's like, okay, I don't need to know like what color the grass was right now. Like, can you move? Yeah. But the rest of the series I absolutely loved. Did not read Throne of, okay. I read part of Throne of Glass. I read like half of the first book, and I wrote, is it The Assassin's Blade? I think that's what it's called. And I loved that one. I could not, I made it halfway through book one and I was done. Yeah. Cassandra Clare, I absolutely love Cassandra Clare's books.
Okay.
I love them. Her City of Bones series, the Mortal Instruments series, I absolutely love that series. Pride and Prejudice is my favorite book.
Oh, okay.
Ever. Yeah. Ever. Loved the Bridgerton series. I do like the classics. I love the Anne of Green Gables. I do love that.
They're gorgeously written.
Yes, yes, they are. I love the cheesy Hallmarky books. I'm not gonna lie. They're a great palate cleanser
Mm-hmm.
in between the darker things. That is for sure. I'm Alchemized. I want to read Alchemized so bad. I have not read it yet.
Okay.
But it
I
is.
finished it. I gave it like a 3.5 because I
Is it
liked it.
not
But
as
then,
good?
you know what? I don't know. Maybe it was the hype. Maybe it was,
Oh, that could be. Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You read it and you and I'll talk
yeah,
because I don't want to give anything away.
yeah. And like, I DNF'd Haunting Outline.
So I muscled my way through it and then regretted it. So I probably should have DNF'd it.
Yeah, like, and I know that's like a big one here on Book
Yeah.
Talk, and I was just like, I just couldn't.
Yeah.
And I like dark. Like, it's not that I don't like dark.
Same, like I just said,
yeah.
me too. But like, I didn't see any. I mean, for me, there has to be eventually some love, and I
Mhm.
never really got to that love piece. Like, love is
Right.
at the end. You could, well, even like when I'm writing Wings and Deception, one of the characters is truly reprehensible. In fact, my editor's like, "Are you sure we're not going to just hate him forever? Like, you sure we're going to redeem him at some point? Like, please, like, I love him. I know where he's going, but." Do you think people are going to stay with him this long? And I'm like, yes,
Right.
because there's love. There will be love.
Right.
Guaranteed, you know?
Well, and like Embers of Darkness by
Mhm.
Faith Sloan.
Mm-hmm.
Love that book.
Oh, wow.
Could
Okay.
not put that book down. I devoured it. And then, oh gosh, Soul Forge by Georgia
Mm.
May Wrights.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good too. It's on.
Okay.
It's dark romantasy. Both of them are. At least that's how I would classify them. And I
Right.
absolutely love those. Those are both by indie authors. So
Okay. I'm
yeah.
going to look
Okay,
those
that's
up. Well,
that's where
I'm
I'm
going
at
to
with
I'm
books.
going to cycle back through and get your recommendations so I can look those up.
Absolutely, yes. Sorry, I just kind of like derailed.
It's not. It's so easy to do. It's so fun.
It is.
I forgot to
It's just
add
like we're talking.
Liv Xander for Feathers So Vicious. I actually know her. Well, not know her at all, but we're like Facebook friends. She's an
Oh,
indie author
cool.
that she's an indie author. She's like her heart. She's definitely more successful, but her heart is still deep in the indie world, so I love her.
Yeah. The author of my favorite Christmas book is also in this room right now. He's in the chat. Aidan Murray.
Okay.
He wrote a beautiful, would you say it's sapphic, Aidan? Like, I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful Christmas story. Absolutely beautiful. And he's writing part 2 to it. So I'm super excited.
Yay, you get more.
I really am a Christmas junkie. Like, I really, really am.
Your Christmas love shows, that's for sure.
Yeah, I still have Christmas decorations up. It's a thing. Okay, so back to the questions now that I've like taken us completely off the rail there.
It's your show, so
Our show.
yes.
I was about to say,
Today's
like,
been quiet. I want to hear your books.
non-binary with female interests, so sapphic. Okay, thank you so much, Aidan. I didn't want to classify it incorrectly, so that's why I asked. I was about to say, Shay, you can yell at me anytime and be like, put the train back on the rail.
No, you're fine. I didn't want to step on any toes or anything like that or interrupt. When it comes to the books that I read, my big Roman Empire is the Ravenhood trilogy by Kate Stewart. I'm absolutely obsessed. I'm a person that if a book can make me cry, it'll stay in my heart forever. And I love those kind of books. I'm also a giant fan of Rena Kent. I'm actually working through her Renaverse, so her entire universe that she's working on, because I really like the dark stuff. Also, giant fan of Akatar, Fourth Wing, Quicksilver. Anything, give me a broody dark-haired man and I'll love him forever. But I've really started diving into a lot of romances. I have found out that is a big shtick of mine. I love them. Laura Rashaw and her Nightmare Before Christmas and Go Luck Yourself. I love those. And then one that I got to indie arc for, Voices by Joey Parker. It was an hockey romance, and it was a really big mental health mental health rep with a lot of drug and alcohol abuse, and so it was really beautiful to read.
Wow, that sounds amazing too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also like Sierra Simone. She does MMF really well. She does like her Bitter Burn, Honey Cut, and I think Bitter Kiss or Salt Kiss. Really great series. That she is such a great writer. She takes one of those like MMF where you're like, okay, this is just smut, and makes it so much more that like she's definitely a god tier writer for me as well.
I love her writing. It's so
Yeah.
good.
It's so lyrical and gorgeous. Like definitely something I'm aspiring to as a writer for sure. But then you can't copy another person's voice. That's where I also kind of realize is like, as much as you'd like to be, like I'd like to be Sierra Simone or, you know, Raven Kennedy or whatever, Sarah J. Maas in some way. I also have to own that I have a voice and I have a way and a cadence in the way I write. And I need to love that too. You know, write at your best ability, but also love the fact that you aren't those people, you know?
Right. No, I completely understand that.
Yeah.
Are we good to ask another question?
Yeah.
Okay. If you could go back in time and give yourself some advice, what would it be?
Oh. I mean, I don't know. It's tough. I always have a hard time with this one because it's like, would I tell myself to stay with my mom the night that she was unalived? Or, you know, it's like, would I go back into these periods in my life where the world derailed on me? I guess if I were to sit down with my younger self, I'd be like, you know what? Love the journey. It's going to be a hard one and it's not going to take you places you think you need to go, but you need to keep your love alive and trust the process and don't ask for more. See what you have, like see what's here, you know, and love and appreciate what is here, because that you might be angry about that. Keep going towards your goals, but you'll be happier if you love what you see.
I love that.
I love that. Beautiful.
Do you have any advice for the aspiring Do you have any advice for the aspiring authors in the comments?
So yeah, I think if you want to write, don't be your first critic. You write. Don't say all the reasons why you can't do it. Do it. And then honor the work. So honor your job. So that means do it to your best ability. Learn. Immerse yourself in it. Don't be so I want to say the word conceited, but I don't think that's the right word. Don't be so blind to the fact that we don't know everything. So do enlist people that can give you constructive criticism. Because what I've found is like, there'll be people who write good stories, but they literally don't have any checks and balances. And so the story falls off the rails and it isn't necessarily honoring themselves as a writer, or, you know, it's like, and they're like, this is the way I want it. This is the way it is. And I'm like, yes, you can stand by some of your story choices, but you also need to realize that crafting a story is a collaborative effort. It can't be done in a vacuum. You definitely need another set of eyes. And that's what editors are for. That's what beta readers are for. That's why the process is in the process. Do not take it personally. As soon as the story is written, it is its own entity. And all you want to do is create it to the best of its ability. So it's not your story anymore. It's no longer from your head. It exists. And now you want it to be the best of what it can be. You know, I think that, so at the beginning, write, take your little egomaniacal self, create your world and your pen and use your wand and be the Lord and master of your own destiny. Write it with every flaw, misspell everything, make those big plot holes and enjoy the journey. Go back and then be a little bit more of an editor, and then till you think you're done. And then you say, we are done. And then now it's this book, and let the world start, you know, making it better. I guess that's the best. You know, don't deny yourself at first. And then don't beat yourself if somebody doesn't like it, or if you get bad criticism. Take a minute to breathe it in and then set it aside, and then come back and try to take your ego out and say, okay, is this valid? Does this make sense? And if it doesn't, be like, you know what? F off. You're no longer my beta reader. You don't get it. right? And if you do see validity in it, then you'll be like, okay, let's look at this. So it was interesting when I wrote Blood in Heaven. It was a very, very clunky. When I first wrote it, it was very clunky and it had some good things, but it was definitely broken in a lot of places. And I put it out for a beta read to strangers I didn't know. And I got a scathing review back from a gay guy who's like, this is BS. This isn't going to happen. You know, like, this isn't real. I'm like, well, I've been living it for a while, so it is real, but I can see where your problems are. The only challenge was he literally laid in like hard, and he was mean. Like, he really enjoyed this. Like, this was something I could tell he was relishing, like destroying my book. And so I went back to Dawn and I was like, hey, can you read these notes and tell me if they're valid? And she came back and she's like, they are mean as spit. Like, this guy is truly having a good day. But there is some valid points here. And she's like, I'm going to dissect them for you and I'm going to bring them out and then I'm going to throw them back at you and you're going to make a change. And it was some of the best changes I ever made in the book. So came from a really mean old place, but they were valid. And it broke my ego. I literally I very rarely get knocked down, but I got way knocked down, you know? And then when the book came out, somebody put 2 stars on every single platform, like in Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia. It was the day it came out. And somebody went in and like put 2 stars on everything. And only like 5 people had read the book at that point. So I was like, I'm wondering if it's this dude. Because I wrote him a letter saying, thank you for your response. I appreciate what you've said. I'm going to digest it. I'm going to work with my editor, but I actually would like you. I'm no longer going to be working with you because of the way that you approached it. I didn't discredit what you said, but I'm discrediting the way you said it. And then he came back with some ugly thing about how I should never write, blah, 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 just ugly. And then, so I was just like, oh, I'm glad I nipped that in the bud, you know? But I always wonder if he's the one who went in and put 2 stars on absolutely every platform in all of the world. Like, that book it's not in Czechoslovakian. It's not in Korean. So why am I getting a 2-star in Korean Amazon?
Right. No.
Someone went way out of their world to make the launch of my book a real tanker. Because for about a month before the real reviews came in, it was a 2-star book, which that was a rough go. But, you know, it's part of what you have to kind of muscle through as a writer.
Yeah. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Yeah. I mean, but again, a lot of small people have might in this space. And as a writer, you can't make it not happen. So you got to just get your way through it, you know?
Right.
You know, so yeah.
Very, very true.
Mm-hmm.
It speaks to your strength, though, because you kept pushing forward. So,
of course. And I know I'm not a 2-star book writer. I would never put a 2-star book out. You might not, you know, a reader might not like it, might have a reason to give it 2 stars, but it isn't legitimately going to be a 2-star book. Right. I wouldn't put it out if it was, you know?
Right. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. If you vehemently despise it because you don't like what happens, well, okay, that's your opinion, but it's not going to be a shitty book.
Right. I am to my last question, but I know that Shay has a few. I mean, at least I assume she does. She asks the hard questions. Mine are fluff compared to Shay's.
Oh, let me grab my iPad. I forgot.
So my last question is, if you could bring one of your characters to life, who would you pick and why?
Oh my God. Wow. This is a good question. Because immediately I think Elias, who's the vampire king, who's my evil devil, basically. But he is really terrifying. Like, I don't even know if I could handle him. Like, he's really scary. Like, he loves Nerea, but I'm not Nerea. You know, I made her. I'm not her. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know if he'd even like me. Come here. I also think like Alejandro, who's my cinnamon roll kind of loving guy in the 3, who's my, you know, sort of savior, gorgeous guy. He'd be fun, but he'd also be fun. And like, I don't know, he would probably also just be such a good-hearted guy that, I don't know, would he even like being here? He'd just be so happy anywhere. So it's hard for me to decide. Would I bring Serafina? Because I love her and she dies in Serafina's blood. Like, would I love to just give her an opportunity to see the world? She gets that anyway, you know, not to give away, I guess it's spoiled the spoilers, but she doesn't wholly die. She gets to see the world. I don't know. Who would I bring back? I think, to be honest, I'll tell you this. I had a panic attack. It's a little bit personal. I had a panic attack in the hospital just before I had my surgery on my knee, because I couldn't move. I was in a lot of pain. I couldn't do the MRI because it was one of those ones where they lock you inside the thing. And I had a full, right. Okay. Shay's reaction. I had a full panic attack, and it put me into a spiral because I have PTSD from my mom's passing, and I was the one who found her. So I have a lot of drama in my head, and it took me there. And I got to tell you, what got me through it was thinking that Elias was holding me, like that this evil, horrible, scary character that I wrote was like and basically being Elias and being like, you are fine. You will survive. You don't crumble. You don't fall. Not like, hey, honey, you're okay. No, it was like, you will not succumb. You are better than this. You are better than all. I wouldn't choose you otherwise, right? It was that character.
I love that. Yes, so much.
Oh, I love this book. I love this character. And he's terrible. He's absolutely terrible. He's also in the same way. He's like, I will kill. I will kill. I am evil. Do not take that from me, right? Who are you to take away who I am? You know what? I am the greatest evil of this earth. But he's also like, you will survive this. And I was like, and I did, thanks to that. And then I was like, then my other part of my brain was like, Lori, you are using a fictional character to hug you through this moment.
Hey, if it works, it works.
That brain of yours, girl, it is all kind of crazy inside there. Yeah. But yeah, that was, yeah, I guess I'll just land with Elias, even though he scares the shit out of me. Because when he's not talking me through crisis, he will probably just be pissed off. Yeah, that's the answer.
Love it. Oh my goodness, that's great.
Yeah.
So as Christina says, I do have a couple of questions. Mine are a little more crazy sometimes, so I apologize.
I love crazy. I just explained how, yeah, my fictional character helped me survive.
So my first question, what unspoken question were you personally exploring while writing your books?
Okay. I mean, I guess it's always the same question. Is love enough? Is love enough? Like, can we survive all of it with just love? Or do we need anger and magic and strength? You know, I think that, yeah, that's always the question I ask. And the answer is sort of complicated. You know, I'd love to say love was enough, but I don't think it is. And I think that's what I don't necessarily want readers to know, you know, is that, because especially when you're a romance writer, you want to be able to say that, oh, the happily ever after, the carriage ride into the sunset, that's the end. But it's not. That's the beginning of a very complicated relationship with another person that you've just been through all this trauma with. Can you keep going to the day you die? And when you do, what does that look like? I think that's what I always try to strive for. And I think that there is a positive ending. I do believe in happily ever afters, but sometimes it's also like believe in yourself, love yourself, right? Not the love of another person, but maybe the love of yourself.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. And to kind of correlate with that, if you could describe the emotional journey throughout your book only using 3 words, what words would you use?
Okay, that's good too. Pain, perseverance, and redemption.
I love that. That's beautiful. Yes. Already kind of catching a feeling and a vibe, and I'm already like, okay, I'm sold. I'm ready for it.
At least of the book I'm writing right now, which literally I stopped doing to take this interview and we'll go back to in a minute. I'm definitely deeply in it. It's pain, perseverance, and redemption.
I love that. This one, so my friend has an Etsy shop and she makes candles and everything like that. And she always is looking to me being like, what book boyfriend do you want me to make a candle for you now? And I'm like, thanks, here's their palette. So if your books had a scent, what would it be?
Okay. Well, I mean, I have had some candles crafted and I'd love to get your friend's number because I'd like to get more crafted for some of my characters. And I feel like The book itself, like this series, the Blood in Heaven series, the Realms of Eschaton, which is Eschaton meaning the end of the world, um, is feels like burned, something smoky, something on fire, and something fragrant and beautiful and comforting. So, you know, it would be like smoke and lavender or smoke and cedar, something that like feels I always love those smells of lavender, of patchouli and palo santo, and those earthly smells. Those are my straight to the heart smells. And I feel like those would be incorporated, but I also feel like there has to be some hope and joy in the smell. And I think like lavender or rose brings that brightness, you know? So that kind of a mix for this, you know, something on fire with something hopeful, whatever that brings to you, you know?
I love that. But also, I very much have a cryptic mind because you said something on fire and something lovely. I'm like, oh, a bakery burning down. And I'm like, no, Cheyenne, what the heck?
That is very literal. You can also
Sorry,
like
my brain just went
bakery and or the world. Yeah, it's pretty much the world that's on fire. But yeah, or a bakery burning down. Yeah, I mean that's a smell, right? Burned bread. We can also play this. Yeah, no, I get it. We can also play the game like what would be the grossest smell? Like what does your book smell like if you were really going to smell it? Sweat.
There you go.
You know? Decay, rot, sweat.
So I know that we kind of touched a little bit on the AI stuff and how readers are pushing authors to provide content constantly. So how do you protect your creativity in a world that constantly demands output?
This is a really good question, you know, for anyone listening or whatever, because it's a challenge for me. This is something I have not succeeded at yet. Because, and it feels so, I don't know, I'm the kind of person who's like, I'd like to be a little more altruistic. Like, I just put my book into the world and the world will take my book and love it and we will live, right? No, I've got to put my book in the world. Nobody reads it. Nobody sees it. Nobody cares. And then I've got to do 101,000 TikTok videos that tell what my book is about in order to get like 25 cents in page reads. And I'm like, oh, yay, we're working today. You know, like, it is challenging, right? I've never been so happy to make 1 penny in my whole life, right? Like I have a penny dangling at the back of my purse, right? But I'm like, that penny on the KDP, that is a penny well spent. So, you know, yeah, does it hurt your creativity? Yes. I would love to turn over the marketing to somebody else. I really would. You know, Nikki Fixation, who was on here, she did a marketing thing for Blood in Heaven and for Seraphina's Blood. And she was really good at pulling quotes, and I've used those. And you sometimes need somebody who has a little bit different point of view to come in and kind of grab what they think is good out of your story. That is a helpful way to do that, to somebody who can pull those things from you to give you that break. I've looked at other people and the way they do the story, and I always feel like I'm a snake oil peddler. Like I'm just out there constantly like, hey, and the funny thing is that, come here, River, come here. I have a couple fans of my story who are like, you know, ultra fans. And it's those 6 people who are always like liking the posts. And I'm like, I feel like a moron. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. There are new people coming through, but there's always the super fans being like, yeah, it's great. You know, and I'm like, love you. I love you, super fans. I love that you love the book. I love that you are on every single post telling the world how much you love the book. I could not survive mentally without these fans. But then also I feel like, oh my God, I feel like I'm just selling the same book over to them. You know, yeah, it's hard. I have not figured it out yet. I would love to figure this part out, like where I could just sell books and like write cool and make cool content. It is really difficult to make this content too, especially because I have kids and all my kids are special needs. So all of them have an emotional survival pet, and they are all sitting right here, right now. If I were to pan my room, you would just see crazy. You know, it's like, it is really hard for me to make a video, like a production value video in my world. So yeah, I mean, I wish I had a more inspiring answer. But the answer is yes, it's hard, it's taxing, and it's uncomfortable. But it's also something you have to do, or you're not going to get that 23-cent page read. And I think also there's another part of it too, where this is my second book in a series. The series is 5 books, and then there's another book coming through. I gotta say, I don't believe that I'm going to pick up as an artist, as a writer. I don't think I'm going to launch until that second series is done. So that being said, like, I feel like the world is still getting to know me. This next book that I'm putting out there will definitely solidify, I believe, for most people. Like, my editor's like, this is the best work you've ever done. This is the best book, one of the best books I've ever read. This is an incredible story. You're definitely on your way. But I think it would take this next book and the book after and the next one after that to get me on the map. So you also have to give yourself some time. It takes time.
Yeah, absolutely. And then my very last question, it's the one I love to ask the most. When you finished your first book, what was the emotion that lingered after you typed like the final sentence or the end? How did you feel?
Um, okay. I'm going to answer 2 questions because I see somebody, it's like Christina Cole, author, said, wow, that's encouraging. I hope I am encouraging. First of all, I don't want anyone to ever give up. And this does kind of connect to your answer to your question. Give it time, give everything time, keep working every single day, show up. And in time, that the end result will come, probably much later than you ever expected and probably with less fanfare than you wanted, but it will come, right? That day will come. And what did I feel when I finished? 2 things. One, this overwhelming sense of joy that the story was finished, that it came out of me, that it was done, that it is done, and that it's alive. There is so much love. It really can be likened, not exactly, but kind of likened to having a child. Your child is born, and then there is so much potential. You have so much joy around that birth. But, a child's life can take any direction. A book's life can take any direction. But there's a lot of joy and a lot of satisfaction and pride in finishing that last thing. And then there is an incredible amount of sadness because the feeling of being able to like be with these characters and to like spend time creating them and loving them and having them in your heart, that you don't get that back. You could read the story again, but you can't rewrite it. And that is a little sad. I mean, in a way, it's like I'm finishing the second book of this series and I love these characters. And I have one more book that dives just into these characters. And then I'm almost feeling that sadness now because I'm like, when they're done, they'll be a cameo in the last book, but they're not going to be there again. And I love them, so letting them go is going to be very difficult. But you can't write the characters forever. Like people are going to get tired of it, right? They're going to want you to finish. So I guess it's a mixed bag. It's this idea of excitement and praise, not even praise, it's just this sense of accomplishment, the sense of sadness, and then this tiny little tinge of terror. You try not to have that. I think all of us want to be in denial of it, but there's this idea, this kind of almost like earth-shattering, gut-wrenching idea that now it's time for the world to see it, and maybe they're not drinking the same Kool-Aid you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You were very inspiring. Like your words just resonate and they just hit all the spots that need to. And
I'm so glad because that's the last thing. The world is so hard and it's so dark. And what is better than reading so many good stories? It's like, I love when I can put my stuff down and go get lost in somebody else's yummy world, right? It makes me only want to go back and do more. So I always tell people, like, we are not in competition with one another. We are in celebration with each other. Let us build each other up. Let us make our work the greatest. I feel sad when an independent author misses the mark a little bit because I'm like, we were so close, so close. Let's get closer. It's not that I was like, oh, good, one more off that's 24 cents for me and not for you, monster, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like there are not enough there are plenty of good books, but we can always use more, right? So I hope I inspire for people because there's nothing better in my world right now than escaping into this like fantasy world or into the worlds that take you out of like the daily grind of like, oh, hey, you might lose power for the rest of, your life, God knows, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. So, yeah.
Well, that is all of my questions. I thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to speak with you and
Oh my
ask you
gosh, you
those.
guys, this has been so lovely. And I definitely want to be in your world. So yeah, I'll be like a stalker. It's gonna be fun.
Well, and I will make sure to send you the invite to
Please, yeah.
our Court of Dis. For those of you that are in here that would also like to join our Court of Dis, you can find it in both of our bios. You can also find our YouTube channel where we post the recaps of our interviews here, in addition to some adventures that we've taken and things like that. There, we also have linked our book of faces on there as well in our profile. So, thank you so
Yay.
much for coming.
Thank you. You guys,
Thank
this has
you.
been so awesome. You guys are
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank you.
I have loved talking to you. It has been fantastic.
Same. I feel like I have two new friends. Geek out as I
You
am.
absolutely do.
Yes.
Can't get rid of us now.
Nope, you're stuck. Sorry about it.
Or me.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Or now I'm gonna stalk you. Like I'm trying to do crazy eyes. Yeah.
Thank you to everyone that came in
Yeah.
and watched, the interview and participated in the comments. It means so much to me and to Shay, knowing that we have all of your love and support. Please, please, please go to her page, give her a like, give her follows, do all of the things, and let's see if we can help push those books out to people.
Thank you guys. Thank you. All right.
Thank
I'll
you all
talk to
so
you guys
much.
later. Bye.
All right, bye.
I think someone wants to say the theme, Christina.
Oh, okay. Okay. We are the Book Talk Babes.
Ooh, up!
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. We